Hello and welcome. My name is Daffy Roth, and this is the Voice of Cards, the Forsaken Maiden for the PC. In our last episode, we finished up the Land of Woe. Lack is, I guess, presumed dead, and we have a giant eldritch monster heading towards our island. So that's where we're at. We didn't actually heal that heart scar yet because apparently we weren't able to answer the queen's obscure questions. But anyways, so that's what we're going to do today. We are going to go to the town to warn the people of this monster that is coming. So let's get to it. Let's see if they treat us any better now that we're going to save their lives, possibly. Oh, really?
So the beast to end it all has finally reared its head, the old man remarks, calm despite the impending danger. Aside from the odd crying child, nothing seems amiss in the village. Nobody seems the slightest bit bothered by the monster. Omega Village, which has been without a maiden for years, seems overly accepting of its fate. You decide to speak with the mayor to learn how you might evacuate the people. You only hope he can be swayed.
Head to the home of Gareth, mayor of... well...
So the beast to end it all has finally reared its head, the old man whispers as he shuts his eyes.
Well, I mean...
The time has come to say goodbye to these flowers, the young man says with a forlorn smile. Fearful tears stream down the little girl's face. You can't blame her for crying. I'll keep living my life as I always have until the very end, she declares as she goes about cleaning the village. It's been ages since you've seen the mayor, and yet he averts his eyes the moment you enter. Just like the other villagers, he seems to have accepted his fate. But why?
Why are you just waiting for the end?
You ask him why everyone is stubbornly just waiting for everything to come to an end. Because that is this village's fate, Greeth answers simply. You ask the mayor about the giant monster. He says it is called the Isle Eater. According to the maiden's myth, the calamitous beast has appeared since times of old to devour islands.
Okay.
You ask him if there is a way to evacuate the village, but he tells you there is no way off the island. You have learned nothing for all your effort. Perhaps feeling the same, Laddie rushes to the village entrance. You ignore Greeth, who tries to stop you both, and chase after Laddie. It seems unlikely that the villagers will flee the island, which leaves you with no choice but to slay the monster yourselves.
Yeah. Head out to sea from Omega Isle Pier and confront the monster.
You and Laddie board the Bon Vent and point the prow toward the Isle Eater. The calamitous beast towers before you. Its sheer size makes you realize that there was truth to the myth. To save the village, you have no choice but to fight it here and now. You know it's reckless, but still grip your sword tightly.
We've come to help.
A light flashes in the sky, and two figures appear. The Crimson Maiden Lavia and her attendant Gladio from Heroes Dominion. They claim to have seen the monster during a trade expedition and rushed over. You were joined unexpectedly by the Crimson Maiden and her attendant. With them, you may be able to save the island from disaster. You make for the monster's head and raise your sword up to the sky. All right, now to rid the world of this calamity.
Yeah, but I mean, you know. You think it's a water monster. What? Try it.
Two fight as one.
Oh, that's why it's fire, I'm probably being dumb right now by not just attacking one. Let's do... Reciprocal. Oh, that's what Curse does. I totally forgot. I did want to do this. Dice rolled by all allies and enemies all land on 6. That would have been nice to have when we did the, that would have been plus 12. Let's see here. Actually, she needs to refresh. For 99 turns. Oh. You do that, laddie? Yeah, you can. Oh, is that how you want to play this, huh? Okay.
Magnificent. Magnificent. Excellent.
Oh, that was nice of them.
No matter how fiercely you assail the beast, it doesn't stop it from advancing toward the island. Your allies are fighting their hardest, and yet it's still not enough.
What?
A gigantic cannonball sails through the air, crushing the monster's tentacles with a muffled crunch. You see that a single ship has fired the cannonball, and upon it, Greeth is at the helm, instructing the Omega Islanders to fire shot after shot at the beast.
I thought we didn't have it about. You won't have our home. We'll slay the monster. This isn't over yet. We can do this together.
For Laddie, the villagers shout in unison. You feel your heart warm at those words. You had thought the villagers hated Laddie and wanted her gone. So why would they help you? Regardless of the reason, you can't deny how heartened you feel. You and Laddie look at each other and nod. You grip your sword with renewed strength, determined to cut through the threat, binding the Isle to its dreaded fate.
Oh, hey, look at that. It's almost dead. Ah. Oh, cool. We'll take the damage, but sure. Alright. should be able to kill him here. Get a critical in there just for good measure.
Together, you manage to slay the calamitous beast and watch as it sinks back into the sea. Once you've celebrated your victory, you and your allies turn your ships in their respective directions and sail off.
Vita and Gladio have left the party. Okay, bye. Thanks, I guess. You fulfill the necessary requirements to unlock the Island Eater's Enemy story. That actually reminds me, do we have the, let's here. The meals after training are always so lavish. Maybe if I train really hard, I'll be able to fill my belly with all my favorite fruits. It looks like a pear. The Isle Eater, an isle-devouring calamity alluded to in the Maiden's myth. It is said that all who bear witness to his grotesque form will accept the destruction of their islands and begin to pray to it. Because of the actions of a reckless few who defied the coming end, this fiend sank beneath the waves once more. Has it been laid low, or merely returned to its nest in the depths?
I'm so sorry, the old man says sincerely.
Yeah, you should be. Alright. Let's hop, jump around.
This flower matches Laddie perfectly, the young man murmurs to himself with a smile. Mama says we can play together again, the little girl exclaims cheerfully. Come visit any time, the woman says. She promises to prepare all of Laddie's favorite fruits. Greeth stands among the blooming flowers in the center of the village. Greeth hands his daughter a book. It's the same one that you found in his house. The diary of Laddie's mother. Laddie opens it with an uneasy expression. Her eyes fill with tears as they pass over the words. Within its pages are words of love. A deep and heartfelt love that the previous maiden held for her daughter. It also contains words of anguish at having to burden her own child with the island's fate. Greeth tells you that he refused to let Laddie sacrifice herself in the same way. Your eyes widen in realization. So does that mean?
You're just being a dick?
They knew that if Laddie were freed from being a maiden, the island would be destroyed. But all the islanders wished to spare Laddie, even if it meant losing their homes and their lives. Greeth tells you that a maiden's power comes from her heart. So everyone treated her cruelly in hopes of disheartening her.
Yeah, you gave her a freaking complex.
I'm so sorry you had to endure that, he says, deeply apologetic. It was all a lie. one that the village made Laddie believe for her own good. Laddie, now knowing the depth of love that her parents and fellow islanders had for her, jumps into her father's arms and cries.
It's so painful. It hurts so much. But I love everyone.
For the first time, you hear it. The voice that Laddie buried deep within her heart. A soft breeze blows through the village, like a gentle blessing upon the two of them, and carries countless petals into the sky. Laddie's innocent cries echo through the village, amidst the drifting flower petals and the ominous clouds that heralded the end, give way to a bright blue sky.
Calamitous beast threatens their home. But unexpected aid leads the two guardians to victory. After the battle, the village's long-held secret is brought to light. Villagers' cruelty incarnate towards a girl, the father who looked upon his daughter with disdain. Everything they did was to protect the young maiden. But it was all a horrible lie woven out of their love for her. The girl sobs joylessly in her father's arm. Her echoes cry something or another. The tale of Omega Village. Finish. Petals dance in a cloudless sky. I find my voice, so love my family kept concealed. Let it gain memories of family. Check on Lack. You fulfill the necessary requirements to unlock Grief's flipside story. You fulfill the necessary requirements to unlock Laddie's mother's flipside story. Oh, hey, look at that. The queen who controls desire that lives within Laddie's heart. No one can oppose her powerful desires. Thus, she holds a strong position in Heart's domain. Laddie, the remnant of woe. Grief, this wise man is the mayor of Omega Village. He always has an open ear for the concerns of his people, but he never lets his guard down around anyone. In his own room, he stores a well-used box. Inside it is a cute picture and a small nut from a tree. Beloved gifts from his daughter. He smiles warmly every time he looks upon them. Weird how one's got a mustache. Laddie's mother, this woman is so bad at cooking, is practically a skill. Not even a simple egg dish is beyond her ability to mar and char. As such, she has practiced constantly since getting married. Even after having a daughter, her cooking remains a tragedy in motion. But her daughter gobbles up everything she makes and loves every bite. She loves the child more than she can stand. So there's no new. But I do kind of want to check out Elder's house.
Welcome home, Grief greets with a smile, and suggests Laddie rest a bit inside. When Laddie says she is staying at your abode, however, Grief's smile falls from his face, and he narrows his eyes at you.
Look, bro. I've done taking her all over the world.
You rush to the altar, worried about Lack, only to find it lazing atop the altar and yawning. When the self-proclaimed spirit notices you, it immediately changes its tune. Oh, the pain, it groans. But it's too late.
Lack.
For the first time ever, Laddie calls out Lack's name and hugs it tightly, rubbing her cheek against it. Lack's expression reads of surprise, pain, and happiness from within Laddie's arms. It appears all your allies are together once again. You decide that it's time to venture back to the heart's domain and put an end to that giant shadow. But you mustn't be hasty. Approach the altar only when you're ready.
Lack has joined your party. Once you're ready, head for the altar on the second floor of the Spirit Spire. Alright, we're in the finale. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go buy all the stuffs. Actually, probably let's go boom. Oh, these are all 5 sheets. Buy. Why is can't get any? Oh, yeah, maybe I don't know. Fine, stay. Rate leak tax. And then curse stay. That be all? Oh, actually, it's sell all of our gold. So I don't know what else I got left. Oh, card equipment. So I have all the equipment. Oh, collection. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm missing hers. That's expected. I'm missing whatever that is. It looks like I gotta go buy the... to Ring of Evasion. Items we should be good on, right? Okay, I am going to be right back. I need to figure out what I'm missing before I head in there, so I'll be right back, and then we'll continue on from there. All right, and I'm back, and the good news is basically I just missed a lot of so the ones I were missing was the bomb, which Omega Island. And then Corrosive, which was from Coveton, and Zap Smoke, which was from I believe it was Alabaster City, but that gets us all the items. And then the equipment, I was just missing some it was really just the level 1 rings pretty much, which again Omega Island, and then one was in Coveton, so everything else we'll find in the final dungeon. So I did sell pretty much all of my, well, I pretty much spent all my money just on healing and restorative stuff, so I'd be pretty happy with that. So let's go to the Spirit Spire.
You turn to look at your allies and receive a stout nod from Laddie.
Yep, he does his thing. So,
Laddie waves her staff and chants, showing off an excellent imitation of the self-proclaimed spirit. But when she sees your slack-jawed stare, she fidgets. I wanted to try it once. She can lack. His soul chants to shine stolen, chants in a disheartened voice, and leads you all to the heart's domain. You find yourselves back in the land of woe's throne room. Now, it's time to put an end to that shadow.
finished a Black Shadow. Now that Laddie's got her voice.
So you've made your decision, the Queen says to Laddie in a defeated voice. I have, Laddie answers resolutely, having finally weathered the storms of her past. It seems the Queen no longer has reason to resist. You decide it's time to finish off the dying shadow beside her.
Wow, look at all those crystals. We're just gonna do Starlight Vale. I don't remember it giving me that awesome thing, but okay.
The shadow's true form is the unfulfilled desire in Laddie's heart.
I will fulfill this desire with my own words.
Her part to play now over. The Queen gazes upon Laddie with a serene expression. The relics in your and Laddie's hands radiate a dazzling light, and the final scar on Laddie's heart begins to heal. With the final scar healed, Laddie's heart's domain has returned to normal at long last.
Shall you and I go for a walk?
Go on, get, Lack exclaims enthusiastically, and the both of you head off.
That was removed from the party. First,
the Queen tells you of a secret path at the rear of the castle. She says you can use it to leave the land of woe.
secret pathway land of woe.
You
No.
decide not to take the path, but return via the route you came.
Well, I have a reason for this, because I want to see what the heck is going on with those faces.
The soldier speaks as you pass by. Mind your manners before the Queen, he cautions quietly. Your Majesty, you have a guest, he announces as you draw near. The soldier stands at attention. Talking to him gets no response. Quiet before the Queen, he says.
But we will take the secret passage out. Okay. Suspicious found. Fire save ring 2. I mean, that might have been it.
After looking between you and Laddie for a moment, he steps aside. I see you've brought a guest today, Your Majesty, he says.
Yeah, that had to be. Okay, so that opens up once you return it. So let's go next level.
The soldier who once stood in your way gazes at Laddie. My queen, he says with a bow, then moves aside.
Let's continue.
I always get lost around here, one soldier gripes. We can't make it too easy to get to the queen, now can we? The other reasons?
It's the same thing. Yeah. Omnipensia.
It's so peaceful here, he says contentedly, then lets out a small yawn. You speak to him, but get no response. When you listen closely, you hear him snoring lightly.
Okay, so yeah, those areas get unlocked when so if you take the back way out, you're gonna miss all those.
Everyone looks so alive after being freed from their desires, he says with a grin. I wonder if the queen is feeling better, he ponders with an uncertain look on his face. The old man offers you a plate to join the feast. He claims to feel best when his stomach is a little less than full. Hey there, the man greets with a refreshing smile. He claims to have found a new lease on life after taking up exercise. One more time, Lavia insists, challenging Gladio once again. The woman smiles as she writes a letter to a pen pal. I don't need to be rich to be happy, she says. The man is reading a self-improvement book. It appears he's realized that true change comes from within.
All right, is that everybody? I think so.
Before your eyes stretches a pure and peaceful domain. The leaves rustle in the breeze, and the waves gently ebb and flow, as if to show the peace that has come to Laddie's heart. Perched atop a nearby hill, Laddie beckons you over. Perhaps she wishes to give you a tour of her own heart.
For the world with Laddie, she's near Anxiety Town.
You can see white birds flying around the spire in the distance. Your eyes follow the birds until eventually landing upon Laddie's smile, and you reflect on your journey. The first time you came to this place, the entire world was cloaked in black, and Laddie couldn't utter a single word. You were drawn from your thoughts when you feel Laddie tug on your sleeve. She says that there's still much more to see.
Oh, buddy, she's near Burdenberg. Ah, running around. Is this in the shape of a heart? No, it's not. Well, maybe it is.
Beautiful trees line the restored forest, and butterflies float about as you stroll through, admiring the greenery. A butterfly lands on Laddie's fingertip. As you watch her quietly rejoice, you think back on your travels, when you visited the nearby town. Your feelings toward Laddie were already, while you're deep in thought. Laddie taps your shoulder. We should be getting back to Lac, she says with a smile. Wow, you've come a long way. Would you like to go back?
That's fine.
You hasten back to Lac's side in the land of woe.
You fill the necessary requirements to unlock Laddie's Slipside story. Do we do the queens? No? Okay. Laddie, a young woman from the shores of Omega Isle, protected by a young navigator. She has lost her voice for reasons unknown. She speaks innocently, like time has stopped for her. While she was without a voice, she can hardly contain herself for her joy, and talks so much that the young man sometimes scolds her. That's funny.
Beneath the light of the stained glass window, you and Laddie stand at the spirit's side. Are you ready? Lac asks. And Laddie nods. In the throne room, where her desires once lurked in the shadows, Laddie bears her heart to you.
I love you.
In a trembling whisper, Laddie makes a bold confession. It appears that over the course of your journey, she has developed feelings for you. But having been born a sacrificial maiden, she suppressed those feelings, fearing they would only be a burden to you.
So if you say I'm sorry, but it's game over, but obviously.
Laddie stares down at the ground as she awaits your answer. And you decide to respond to her confession in equal earnest. She gazes up at you with wide eyes, as if disbelieving her own ears. You can see tears threatening to overflow in her eyes. A transparent light begins to overflow from Laddie's staff. It's as radiant as the glow from the maiden's relics. According to Lac, now that her heart's domain has been restored, she can become a true maiden. With that, she can now save Omega Isle.
Did we not just say Omega Isle?
Your journey's purpose fulfilled. You and Laddie look at each other with an ephemeral smile.
The world we made is full of light, and my heart is full of love. Finally, the world is how I wished it.
There's something odd about Lac's voice. And not just that. Cotton begins to spill out from its insides as it takes the form of a human. Something's not right. When you attempt to speak to Lack,
I didn't see this coming, to be honest.
you are struck by a tremor large enough to shake the world itself. The palace begins to crumble, and Laddie is swallowed by the fissure that opens in the throne room. Your fingers graze hers as you try to grab her, but Laddie is just beyond your reach, and she tumbles into the abyss.
The Hearth's domain is a realm cloaked in black. Its myriad scars tell of the girl's woes. Anguish at being born and maiden unable to fulfill her duty. Sadness at being scorned by those she cared for most. At journey's end, hope blooms within her scarred heart. The love that she has suppressed is realized at long last. The clouds part, giving way to a beautiful, bright realm. The tale of hearts only for it to be plunged into darkness once more at the hands of a spirit they once called friend.
The furious, roiling seas have swallowed all but a small strip of land, the last vestige of a drowning heart, desperate for rescue. The heart's domain is but a shadow of its former self, devastated by the awesome power of the tsunami that nearly swallowed it whole. Lack's transformation, the quake that threw you to your knees. Laddie, as the earth swallowed her. You shake your head to free yourself from the harrowing visions. Laddie. You have to find Laddie. The wind changes direction so abruptly, you can't help but feel it's telling you something, urging you to the northwest.
Laddie was removed from the party. Venture northwest in search of Laddie, Broken Heart's desire. You have fulfilled the necessary requirements to unlock Lack's flipside story. A creature resembling a charming stuffed animal calls itself a spirit, but whether its appearance is its true form or something wearing some kind of headgear, no one knows. Not a young girl's hand inserted into the stuffed toy, but a young girl growing from the stuffed toy. The appendage undulates, pulsating like loose entrails. Ugh. Alright, well, we're going to call that an episode here, and then we're going to have to explore all this once more. So, yeah, we got that to look forward to. So, with that being said, friends, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I know that there's people who do this better than me, and I get that. So, it means a lot that you do watch me do. So I appreciate that. If you don't like something in particular about what you see or hear, please let me know. That way I can change things. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. So I hope that you are all safe and healthy, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay true to yourselves, and follow your heart. Until next, bye bye.